A block everything moment has paralyzed the city, the roads, in fact the trains as well. The government buildings are under siege. This is trending. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started. The inheritance dispute over the estate of late industrialist Sanjay Kapoor is getting murkier by the minute. As per the suit filed on the behalf of children of Karishma Kapoor, the will is fabricated and suspicious. The lawsuit claims that there's a conspiracy. It also goes on to say that there are misleading claims that have been made about the will existence and improper corporate appointments that were made after the death of businessman Sanjay Kapoor. Karishma Kapoor's children are demanding their rightful share in the 30,000 crore estate along with the full and transparent disclosure of the assets under the oath. The lawsuit in fact calls for the disputed will to be declared invalid, and they've also sought a prohibition on any transfer of the asset until the matter is resolved. Sanjay's sister Mandira Kapoor, in fact, has backed Karishma Kapoor and called this an absolute shocker. Our senior editor Shravan Sen has an exclusive conversation with Mandira Kapoor. Watch this.
The disputed will has now become the focus of this entire dispute. Is there a will to begin with, Mandira?
We, like I told you, like I said last time as well, we've been asking for any information we can get. My mother has actually written to a few people in the company and associated with the trust and Sanjay and everything else, asking for anything, if there's a will, for the autopsy, for everything, and has been told that her email is compromised, so they've not responded to us. So when we found out about this will, it was a big shock to us as well, because we had no idea that there was a will.
Mandira, the issue basically stems from this, that whether the sole owner of the entire 30,000 crore property was your mother, Radhi Kapoor, as per a will that was shared earlier. What really happened? Was there any gift deed given to Sanjay Kapoor, perhaps naming the original owner of these properties to be Sanjay Kapoor? Was there any sort of an exchange between your mother and your brother Sanjay Kapoor?
So again, still till now, nothing has come to light. My mother has never gifted anything to one child or to any of us, actually. Everything was left to her. Like I mentioned, we had a family meeting while Dad was alive, where it was very clear that everything was going to go to Mum, and after Mum, it would be divided equally between the three children. Mum is not aware of anything, any gifting being done. If it's been done the way other things have been done, we have no idea. We are, like I said, we still not found out anything yet. We've still been asking for papers. Now this will has come to light, which is another shocker. And I think it's evil that my mother has to keep going through this all the time. I wish they'd just be clear and give us everything at one go instead of putting her through this again and again and again. It's not fair.
Mandira, you have Karishma Kapoor now entering into the battle, and I'm quoting from the petition that has been filed. They say the Priya had denied the existence of any will, insisted that all the assets were held under the RK family trust. She later produced a document dated 21st of March 2025 as it was described as the will. You all have now doubted its authenticity, alleging forgery as well as manipulation. Are you saying that there is no such will, there is no such discussion that has ever happened within the family, and there is no existence of this particular document dated 21st of March 2025?
I think the biggest question on this will is, knowing my brother's relationship with his children and the love he had for his two kids, it's a shocker for anybody who knows them, for my brother to have given everything to one person and not included his children. There's nothing normal about this. There's nothing in his character that would do this. So yes, it is something we are going to question. we are worried. We are worried actually because he's got 3 kids. There's a will which we don't even know what's in the will. Like, where is all this from? Is it part of what dad had? Is it? We don't understand what it is. Again, we're in the dark. The point is that how, as a father who loves his kids and dotes on his children, cut them off? When they were in they were together over summer. It's not like they weren't. So what, suddenly he decided, oh, I'm going to give everything to one person, hell with my kids if something happens to me? Tell me one father who's going to say, yeah, I agree with that.
You're saying that
Makes
there was
sense.
there was a plan that Sanjay Kapoor had for his children. In fact, you have Karishma Kapoor's children essentially saying that there was a proper planning that was essentially done in terms of financial security to be provided. Per month, about 10 lakh rupees to be given to each of the child. As far as ownership of a house, which earlier belonged to your father, would have actually gone to Karishma Kapoor. Can you actually say anything with regards to the promises essentially made to Karishma Kapoor and her children?
Can I ask you a question? You're telling me someone who is now apparently the estate owner of everything that my father owned has trickled crumbs to the people he loved the most. Does that make sense that his own blood, his own blood, he's trickled crumbs to, and we're supposed to be like, oh, good going. And everything else goes to someone who has just entered the family. It does not make sense. You can tell me 10 lakhs a month. You can say they were set up, all of this. Show us what's in the will then. Again, we're back to give us information. We just don't have any.
The 30,000 crore inheritance battle is turning uglier and murkier by the minute. But the question is there a real will? And who gets the Kapoor empire? And now shifting our focus, India's captain for the Asia Cup 2025, Suryakumar Yadav, grabbed attention online during the press event with all the team captains. Suryakumar Yadav's handshake with the Pakistan Cricket Board chief has sparked a massive internet backlash. Watch the moment. The greeting which took place during the Asia Cup 2024 trophy unveiling has been turned into a full-blown controversy. Have a look. The exchange has drawn mixed reactions online, with some calling it a moment of sportsmanship, while others calling it a rare instance of the cricket diplomacy. But ladies and gentlemen, on your screen are the reactions coming in. One user slammed the BCCI, and I quote, "Shameless BCCI, we stand with our Indian army." Another user went on to say that the Pahalgam terror attack will hurt Indians forever. A third user said that any news regarding the match should not be broadcasted. The Asia Cup 2025 group stage match between India and Pakistan is unarguably the most anticipated one, given what will be at stake, but match tickets shockingly still remain unsold. There are several reasons why ticket sales have been slow. At the top of the list is Virat Kohli's absence from the match. While the younger players are talented, the reality is that they do not draw the same crowds. And meanwhile, the Pahalgam terror attack wound is still fresh. Many are questioning whether India should even be playing against Pakistan at this point in time. Ticket sales have also been hit by the organizers' decision to bundle them into a 7-match package. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, the September weather also remains a factor. Watching a long evening match in such a heat in Dubai is not everyone's idea of fun. Well, this comes in the backdrop of the Pahalgam terror attack, and meanwhile, the internet is fuming. One user said that India-Pakistan match should be boycotted in every tournament. Another wrote that the country comes above cricket and he will not be watching the game. The backlash continues, with many questioning the morality of playing the match when the issue is seen as anything but apolitical. I have with me veteran sports journalist and a former Ranji player Chandrasekhar Luthra. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Republic TV. We're learning that the tickets for the India-Pakistan match that is in just another 4 days are not sold yet. There's many seats which are still available, and that's not shocking at all because here in India, when the dates for the India-Pakistan match were announced, there was a massive uproar, and now we're learning that the seats are not sold out. What do you think would be the reason?
I think I have a very different take from what you are saying because all seats have been, sold out. The only seats which are left are, you have already explained, that's a premium seats, 2.6 lakhs for, 2 seats or 1.7 something, lakhs. This has never happened in the history because I have been covering these matches for so many years. And the maximum rates for all these premium seats used to be, 60 or 70,000 rupees kind of. But now they have bundled it out there. Now they have combined it with other matches. Do you want to see the Oman or UAE match or India against Oman or anything like that? No, obviously. The spectators there are mostly Indian and Pakistanis, and they are not interested in any other game. So that is something, to do with the organizers. Otherwise, all the seats of 10,000 rupees or even little slightly higher, they have been sold out right at the time when it came out to sale. So I think that's a completely different take. You want to, swing it, kind of that way or this way. But overall, everybody wants to see India and Pakistan playing against each other.
But absolutely, but this comes at a time when there's a massive uproar over the India-Pakistan match, and this comes less than 4 months after that Pahalgam terror attack took place. But do you think there should have been a match between India and Pakistan?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always believe that there should be always been a place for cricket diplomacy. That has always worked for India and Pakistan. And also, you have to understand, after Pahalgam, our own Prime Minister has gone to China. China has helped Pakistan in the recent Sindoor, Operation Sindoor case. Everybody knew this. He can shake hands with the Chinese premier, but we can't play against Pakistan. That's a hypocrisy, I would say. In sport should not be a matter of creating hate mongers. There have been trollers, there have been people who have been calling to boycott this game, but I don't see that happening, and I think everybody, including and mark my words, you see the viewership that day, India versus Pakistan. You can see crores and crores of people will be, zooming onto their screens, and they will be watching this game very keenly. And why not? Why not? There should be a game every time.
Absolutely. In fact, for many people in the country, cricket is just like a religion for them.
Religion.
Do you think a wrong message has been sent by BCCI by not stopping the match this time? Because in just another 4 days, both the countries are going to play the match. And many people, as you also pointed out, are saying that they will not be watching the match altogether.
It's a false kind of alarm that has been raised, How can you stop a cricket match between India and Pakistan when Jai Shah, who is son of your, home minister, signed the same treaty with Pakistan counterparts that we are not going to, in December, when he was the BCCI secretary, that we will not be playing against each other in the respective countries, but at the neutral venues. So how can you go back on your words? And second, you have to take clearance, whether it's Pakistan or whether it's Indian Cricket Board. They have to take clearance from their, respective governments to play against each other. And that has been given. That has always been a kind of, a unsaid kind of agreement that whenever we are going to host, and we are the host party here in Asia Cup, if we don't play with Pakistan, what kind of signal or whether we can, you think we will not be castigated by other boards? No, that doesn't happen in sports. If you remember during Paris Olympics or before that, there was such a controversy that Neeraj Chopra javelin has been, taken by Pakistani rival who won the gold there, that he was using his javelin without understanding that the javelins are common there. You can take any javelin and not to create this kind of controversy. But that's the kind of hate mongering that has been witnessed in our country. Unfortunately, as a sports journalist, I don't belong to or I don't advocate any such, things in sports. Sports is a medium of bringing two countries together. Cricket diplomacy has always worked, and I still believe India and Pakistan game is going to be a big hit this time also.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Republic TV. In fact, I'm also joined by Saurabh Dwivedi, the brother of Pahalgam terror attack victim. हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी किस तरह देखते हैं आप इस चीज को. 4 दिन में मैच होने वाला है. 5 महीने हो गए हैं पहलगाम टेरर अटैक को हुए. जब डेट्स अनाउंस हुई थी बहुत मैसिव अप्रोच था, बट बीसीसीआई का कहना था कि पॉलिटिक्स अलग है, क्रिकेट अलग है. अब सीट सोल्ड आउट नहीं हो रही है. काफी लोगों का कहना है वही मैच भी नहीं देखेंगे, ऑनलाइन भी, टीवी पे भी. किस तरह देखते हैं?
एक परिवार के तौर पर, क्योंकि हमारा लॉस है वो मैं जिस तरीके से देख रहा हूँ कि सोशल मीडिया में पीपल आर गोइंग आउट एंड अपोजिंग दिस मैच, इट फील्स टू मी ओके इवन इफ बीसीसीआई डिडंट लिसन टू अस, द पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री दे आर स्टिल फीलिंग दिस लॉस, दे फील दिस लॉस इज देयर ओन and they don't believe in this pseudo hypocritic diplomacy. I was listening to the sports journalist who just joined before me, and I don't agree with him if he believes that cricket has always brought the worlds together and the two countries together. Then this kind of attack should have never happened, because we are playing cricket with Pakistan since very long. So if cricket would have played, cricket is just a game. We should not take it more seriously than this. There have been incidents in the past where countries have avoided Olympics, in favor of their citizens. So I don't think a game has become so much more important than the lives of citizens. And going out there and playing with them, laughing with them, it hurts us. It hurts the morale of the soldier who is dying for the country at the borders. So at one hand, if they are, sending terrorists in our country, and on the other hand, if we are just always trying to do this, diplomacy through sports or through movies or through songs, then that's our stupidity. That's the stupidity of us as a country. And I still don't understand the decision of BCCI going ahead with this game. No matter how much people say, no one can bring my brother back to me.
Absolutely. And when the dates were announced, Saurabh, there was massive uproar in the country. But after that, what do you think? What sort of message has BCCI sent out to Indians by playing this match with India? Only 4 days are left for this crucial match. Do you think it should have happened? Do you think there was a need for this match after the massive uproar?
There was absolutely no need for this. See, BCCI is an organization who is only looking for their own interest.
Right.
At this point, I even doubt if they claim to represent the country on the world platform, if they truly mean it or not. Because, representing a country on the international forum and not having any duty towards the country is something what has come out of it. There was massive uproar when the dates were announced, and there is still massive uproar on, social media. If you go on Twitter and Facebook, so people are still writing against it. See, India versus Pakistan has always been a huge hit. That's true. But this time the tickets have been sold out. And I understand, and I genuinely believe that the viewership will also be reduced this time, and I will request from your channel to the whole country who are watching this show right now, I will request each and everyone to boycott this particular match.
Absolutely. And then there are many people who are saying that they will not even be watching this match on their television sets as well. But thank you so much, Saurabh, for once again speaking to Republic TV.
Thank you so much.
And this is all we could pack for you in the bulletin of trending. We'll be back tomorrow with much more stories and more interesting stories for you. Till then, keep watching Republic TV. Good night.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho बेफिक्र.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला I choose a world where we dream and the limit is the sky and this world is my home where I'm living my best
mindfully crafted home decor fabrics Sansar a D-Decor brand live consciously
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ डूबेगा नहीं जलेगा भी नहीं कोई खा नहीं जाएगा धोखा नहीं देगा ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा सेफ रहेगा सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम रहो बेफिक्र
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है अरे मेरे राजा सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला
Here we didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%, so we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%, I think.
ट्रम्प से बात हमेशा विश्लेषण करता आया सीखता आया कि वे राष्ट्रहित के सर्वोपरि रखकर
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic. We have been in frequent contact with our allies and we are marshaling the full power.
During an interview, American economist Richard Wolff called out the US administration for attacking India with tariffs and shooting itself in the foot by doing so. Wolff said that India is central for trade and that it will find other places to sell its exports if the US gets shut off. Wolff said that India is now, according to the United Nations, the largest country on earth. The United States telling India what to do is like a mouse hitting his fist to an elephant. India will find other places to sell its exports if the US is shut off to India, and the move will only strengthen the BRICS nations. But like Russia found another place to sell its energy, India will sell its exports no longer to the United States but to the rest of the BRICS. India has a long-standing relationship with the US since the Soviet era, and you are playing with a very different adversary. But for those with some humor, it will be the spectacle of the United States acting like it's the world's tough guy, as what it actually does is shoot itself in the foot. On August 27, Trump's 50% tariff imposition took effect on many Indian products. The tariffs are meant to punish New Delhi for buying Russian oil. Trump has raised pressure on India over the energy transactions, a key source of revenue for Moscow's war in Ukraine, as part of a campaign to end the conflict. New Delhi has criticized Washington's move as unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. PM Modi has repeatedly ensured his citizens that the tariffs will not heavily affect the people and that the administration will take care of the aftermath.
हमारे लिए अपने किसानों का हित सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता है। भारत
biggest showdown of counter strength by Hindus in Mandya. Resolute show of solidarity after Ganesh Visarjan violence. Secular lobby goes silent as Hindus take a united stand. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
R Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ डूबेगा नहीं जलेगा भी नहीं कोई खा नहीं जाएगा धोखा नहीं देगा ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा सेफ रहेगा सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
सबका राजा और मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान इंडिया सोना,
अपने देश का सामान इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना,
इंडिया सोना। MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Today, a coward decided to take our 8-year-old son Fletcher away from us. Because of their actions, we will never be allowed to hold him, talk to him, play with him, and watch him grow into the wonderful young man he was on the path to becoming.
Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph!
Families in Minneapolis are mourning. Our Greater Annunciation Fellowship is mourning. Our entire city is united in grief, and at the same time, based on this incredible group of people that has assembled here in City Hall, we are also united in action.
Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph! Justice for Ralph!
We need a statewide and a federal ban on assault weapons.
Biggest inheritance battle of India intensifies.
The love he had for his two kids, it's a shocker for anybody who knows them. For my brother to have given everything to one person and not included his children.
Forger will charge rock Sanjay Kapoor's family. Karishma's kids seek share in father's rupees 30,000 crore empire. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
बेटी की शादी करा दीजिए, बेटी को खिलाइए पिलाइए और दूसरे घर भेजिए। I don't want to marry, I just want medals. This is the last match of your life. You have to win it. I think that hunger keeps me alive. Hearing your national anthem, that is the moment they really die for. They kill themselves for, and they are born for.
Biggest showdown of counter strength by Hindus in Mandya. Resolute show of solidarity after Ganesh Visarjan violence. Secular lobby goes silent as Hindus take a united stand. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
He's a storm in black robes. India's 12th Attorney General. From fighting for prime ministers to constitutional cases to those that shook a nation. Relentless, fearless, respected. Senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi on the legal side of things, only on Republic TV.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
At 8 p.m. tonight on the show tonight, the incredible battle for the 30,000 crore rupee estate of the late Sanjay Kapoor between his ex-wife and his last wife. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, why is Trump showing signs of mellowing down with Modi? And at 9 o'clock tonight, unprecedented Hindu solidarity after Dharmasthala rumors and the attacks on Ganesh Chaturthi Day in Mandya. An unprecedented show of Hindu solidarity has the nation's attention. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to start tonight with the biggest inheritance battle that we are witnessing. That of the late 53-year-old Sanjay Kapoor, died at the young age of 53. His estate, his premises, his 30,000 crore property is now a subject of huge battle between his ex-wife Karishma Kapoor and his last wife Priya Sachdeva. Karishma says she's fighting not for herself but for her children Sumaira and Kian, and she says she's stepping forward for them. On both sides there are celebrity lawyers, and as Karishma Kapoor enters the inheritance battle, she has brought on her side the very celebrated, very high-profile lawyer. We have Mahesh Jetmalani on her side. And ladies and gentlemen, Karishma Kapoor's children are saying their father never abandoned them. In fact, they are claiming, and there are WhatsApp conversations going out saying their father was trying to secure them Portuguese citizenship. They were celebrating festivals and vacations together, and there was an unbroken bond with them, and it is impossible that their late father could have deserted them. The bone of contention is a mysterious will, a will which has emerged suddenly after the unexpected death of Sanjay Kapoor, and that will completely excludes his children from all the property. That will, dated the 21st of March 2025, is at the very core of this inheritance battle. This will is the document that Priya Sachdeva says never existed, and now she herself says she has access to that will of the 21st of March. The children of Karishma Kapoor and Sanjay Kapoor say it is not their father's voice on that page, that will. That is an afterthought. It is fabricated, manufactured and manipulated. And Priya Sachdeva on the other side, who is keen to fight Karishma Kapoor, has brought in a whole team of lawyers who insist that the children of her late husband through his first wife, Karishma Kapoor, have got everything that they want. Lawyers said in court, is 1,900 crore rupees not enough? Is 1,900 crore rupees not enough for Karishma Kapoor and her children? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just an inheritance case. This is a battlefield with many sides. And at the center of it is an ugly, dirty, but inevitable property battle between two sides of Sanjay Kapoor's family.
Sanjay Kapoor inheritance battle is getting murkier. There is more contenders to his 30,000 crore empire now. After his mother and sister, Sanjay's ex-wife, actor Karishma Kapoor, has entered the legal battle. Karishma is fighting the battle on behalf of her children. And in the center of the high-voltage property drama is a will. Her plea in the court states that the said will has not been disclosed to Karishma's children.
Starts when in June, Sanjay Kapoor unexpectedly passed away. In July, in a meeting at Taj, the will in question, which the children are claiming that is a fabricated will, that came up. Now plaintiffs were unaware of the content. They asked for a copy of the inheritance of the will in August, but then they were denied. Only conditional inspection was allowed, after which they've now approached the Delhi High Court saying that we want a part or in the inheritance of our father, and that the will that Priya Sachdeva has been dealing with, the will in question, is a fabricated will. The court heard the matter today, and the matter is next listed to be heard on October 9th.
The suit will be registered now, and they have to make certain discoveries about the assets, personal assets of Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, and the matter is now fixed for 9th October.
There are chats which show that Sanjay Kapoor was pushing for his children's Portuguese citizenship and had intentions to share inheritance with his children. Sanjay Kapoor's sister Mandira Kapoor is backing Karishma.
I think the biggest question on this will is, knowing my brother's relationship with his children and the love he had for his two kids, it's a shocker for anybody who knows them. For my brother to have given everything to one person and not included his children. There's nothing normal about this. There's nothing in his character that would do this. So yes, it is something we are going to question. We are worried actually, because he's got 3 kids. There's a will which we don't even know what's in the will. Like, where is all this from? Is it part of what dad had? We don't understand what it is. Again, we're in the dark.
She's even questioning the purported will.
We, like I told you, like I said last time as well, we've been asking for any information we can get. My mother has actually written to a few people in the company and associated with the trust and Sanjay and everything else, asking for anything, if there's a will, for the autopsy, for everything, and has been told that her email is compromised, so they've not responded to us. So when we found out about this will, it was a big shock to us as well, because we had no idea that there was a will.
On the other hand, Sanjay Kapoor's mother, Rani Kapoor, says that she does not have anything in her name, despite this being her estate originally. The rupees 30,000 crore inheritance battle is only getting intense. As it plays out in the court, all eyes remain on whether there is a will and who is the true heir.
Joining me first in this big inheritance battle conversation today is Mahesh Jetpalani. He's one of the topmost Supreme Court advocates, and he's representing the interests of Karishma Kapoor and her 2 children. Now, Mr. Jetpalani, what does Karishma Kapoor want? In so far, she has not been vocal about it. There's been a feeling that Sanjay Kapoor had settled her matters and that of her 2 children, and now she's in court. What does Karishma Kapoor want?
I think Karishma Kapoor doesn't want anything for herself. The entire aim of this litigation is to secure her children in the manner in which her late ex-husband wanted them to be secured, which is as per a trust deed, and which dealt with assets in India by and large, and dealt with corporate assets in India, and also for his assets abroad, for which there is a will which was never disclosed and neither has been subject matter of a probate, nor is it registered. So the battle is only about the assets which the will covers, not about which the trust covers.
So the children have alleged that their stepmother, Priya Sachdeva, forged the will to corner the entire 30,000 crore estate.
Well, the 30,000 crore estate is a press creation. The 30,000 crore estate is not under the will. We don't know what the assets under the will are, because those are all the late Sanjay Kapoor's personal assets, right? And we haven't had any disclosure in the will or any disclosure from the other beneficiary of the will or the executor. So we do not know what Sanjay Kapoor's personal assets consist of, or what's the valuation. The 30,000 crores may be the total estate of Sanjay Kapoor, both his overseas assets and his assets within India. We haven't done a valuation because, frankly speaking, we can't make a valuation because we are at a disadvantage of not having the entire data regarding his assets.
Now, Priya Kapoor, who's Sanjay Kapoor's last wife, claims that the children, that is Karishma Kapoor's children, have already got 1,900 crore rupees under the trust. And the question asked is what more do they want? Is that not enough? Almost seems to be the tone. Is 1,900 crores not enough?
No, listen. Now, that's I don't want to get antagonistic about this statement of Ms. Kapoor, right? But I would say that equally, what is she? If the estate is 30,000 crores and they're only getting 1,900 crores, actually there are only 5 class 1 heirs: the mother, the 3 children, and Priya, right? So why is she not disclosing a will if it's a genuine will, right? A, and B, it's this: the children are not getting whatever they're getting or whatever they're claiming even, mercy of Mrs. Kapoor. These are assets which belong to Mr. Sanjay Kapoor. Nobody's doing us a favor. And then why, if the assets are worth 30,000 crores and the children are getting 2,000 crores, is Priya Sachdev going to forsake a good part of the remaining 28,000 crores that goes to her? What kind of rubbish is this? We are actually trying to fight for the children's rightful inheritance. It doesn't matter 1,900. Is 28,000 crores too little for Mrs. Sachdev?
But there is apparently a March 21st will in which Sanjay Kapoor leaves everything to his last wife, Priya Sachdev.
Yes, so we are told. I don't know. We haven't seen the will yet. And I don't see why the will shouldn't have been disclosed. But now the court has compelled disclosure. So we'll get to know what this will is all about, what the assets are which have been bequeathed by allegedly the late Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, right? We'll get to see what the will is. And then there are very suspicious circumstances. We've already set them out in our pleadings, right?
What
and
suspicious circumstances?
Perhaps more might emerge once the will is disclosed.
What suspicious circumstances?
Well, the manner in which the will was disclosed, the fact that it's not registered, the fact that, one of the grounds for the strongest ground, and this is a Supreme Court judgment repeatedly, the strongest ground for suspicion of a will is that people very close and who otherwise would have inherited, right, under the will, have been disinherited from the personal assets of Mr. Sanjay Kapoor.
But that could have been his choice, right?
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. But then, if that was indeed his choice, right? Look, the little I know and what I've heard about the late Sanjay Kapoor, right, is that he was very meticulous in securing assets which were to devolve to his children, right? I would have thought that a probate of a will would have clinched the matter. Even before that, I'd have thought that somebody as careful as him, right, would have registered the will. Now, you don't register that will. The will is not registered. The will is not probated, and the will is not disclosed by an executor, right? We had to move court only because of that. The court was moved only because a copy of the will was not being given to us. And there are prima facie other factors that are other circumstances surrounding the alleged creation of this will, which raise eyebrows. I don't want to go to merits of the case because that's not...
According to material placed in the High Court, Sanjay Kapoor was facilitating Portuguese citizenship for Karishma Kapoor and her 2 children. That there was a family WhatsApp group in which he was trying to get Portuguese citizenship for Karishma and her their 2 children. What was going on? I thought they were divorced and not in touch.
Well, that's one of the suspicious circumstances, because there is clear evidence that during the end of May this year, right, which is supposed to be 2 months after the will was actually executed, right? He was trying to get children he was trying to get Portuguese citizenship, certainly for his 2 children, right? And possibly toying with the idea. But then, of course, Karishma Kapoor was told that she would have to give up Indian citizenship if she took up Portuguese citizenship, and she refused. But certainly he was toying with the idea of Portuguese citizenship for his two children, for the reason that the properties overseas would be exempt from inheritance tax, right? And his children, in all three of the children, right? One from Mrs. Kapoor and two from Karishma Kapoor, all three of them would be saved inheritance tax because Portugal doesn't have an inheritance tax regime. So if in May 2025, right, you are trying to create citizenship for your children to avoid inheritance on the overseas properties, right? It's a little surprising that you've already executed a will in March 2025 in which all the overseas properties are devolved to Mrs. Priya Sachdev and none to the children. That's a suspicious circumstance.
So he was getting back with Karishma and his earlier family?
No, I don't. I don't know their personal life, but I venture to say that was not correct. No, not at all.
Well, it's completely new development. It's a very high-profile case. Mahesh Jetmani, with you on her side, Karishma Kapoor has a lot she's fighting for her two children.
Yeah, I mean, this is all about the children. Make no mistake about it. And nobody should say, are they not happy with 1,900 crores? They are fighting for what their intention of their father was, for them to inherit on his passing away.
Right.
And anybody who says that is unjustified, right, should ask a reverse question. Is somebody trying to usurp what rightfully belongs to them?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mahesh Jetmalani representing Karishma Kapoor, as usual, high-profile lawyer in the highest profile of battles. Thank you, Mr. Jetmalani. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, we have N.S. Napinai, well-known senior advocate of the Supreme Court, who says legally the wife, this is widow, last wife here, Priya Sachdeva, has full rights over the property. Against Priya Sachdeva is Advaita Kala. And we also have the sister of Sanjay Kapoor, late Sanjay Kapoor, Mandira Kapoor Smith, who has their own claims to make in this case. Now, Mandira, if this will, which gives away everything, the supposed 30,000 crores to Priya Sachdeva, is fraudulent and fabricated, it was read out in the presence of your mother, Rani Kapoor, and the named executor of the will, Shraddha Suri Marwa, your sister.
It was not read out in front of my mother. My mother was not even told about this. She was not present in the room. She has no idea.
There was a meeting in Taj Mansingh Hotel to discuss the matter related to his trust, where apparently
my mother was not there.
Your mother was present.
My mother was not there. No, she wasn't.
Were legal advisors of your mother present?
No, we were in Bombay. We weren't even in Delhi. So how was she present?
Was she called for it, or you called for it?
Nope.
Were your lawyers informed about it?
No one was. Nothing. We didn't even know.
But your sister, Shraddha.
My sister? She's not my sister. She's not related to me.
What is the relation of Shraddha Suri Marwa to your family?
She is the late Lalit Suri's daughter. They were friends. The parents were friends. I don't know her.
She's the executor of the will. She was present.
This is as shocking to me as it is to you. I have no idea who she is and why she's so involved.
Maybe Sanjay made her the executor of the will. It can't happen without his consent.
Well, there seems to be a lot going on without a lot of consent. So who knows what is going on? This is all a mystery, quite honestly. It's like becoming more like a suspense novel or a Bollywood movie than real life right now.
Ms. Napinai, the impression being given is that Priya Sachdeva fabricated everything to usurp the money.
Arnab, firstly, I just want to clarify, to say that I'm backing A or B is a little bit of a stretch.
Okay.
Because as a lawyer, I'm here to just speak about what the legal constructs are. So having said that, but where are we today? Yes, it is indeed troubled waters now, and it is a lot murkier than we have seen earlier. But you know, when you're talking about a will, and if there is a contest to a will, then it is for the person who raises that contest to prove that it is either forged or fabricated or obtained under duress, etc. Secondly, as far as transparency is concerned, the plaintiffs may be in the right in terms of asking for transparency and for details of the will to be disclosed. Where legal heirs are involved, it would not be permissible under law to keep them in the dark in terms of what the contents of a will are. Because if you're excluding through a testamentary devolution, then it is only right that all legal heirs who would otherwise have rights be informed about what is the ground on which they are being excluded. This is where we stand. Right now, the case is really balanced on factual aspects. There's not much in terms of law that is really coming into play, and facts are what we don't really have with us. I'm not Priya's lawyer or anybody involved in this case, so I don't have in my custody any of the factual aspects.
No, what is clear is that Ms. Napina is that he obviously was far too young and far too healthy to think that he would go. However, it now emerges that there was a will. It also emerges that he was trying to settle material matters for his two children through his first wife, Karishma Kapoor. There is a WhatsApp conversation in which he is telling the children, be prepared to give up your Indian citizenship and get Portuguese citizenship. Mahesh Jetpalani says that this is because if they were to get Portuguese citizenship, they would not have to have the tax requirements to comply that they would have if they were to be Indian citizens. So he was trying to get, the implication Mr. Jetpalani is giving is that Sanjay Kapoor was trying to make sure that all his foreign assets went to the children from his first wife. Is that an inference that he can draw, or Mr. Jetpalani stretching it?
I'm not here to opine on his position, but I can only say that right now it is more of an inference, as you've rightly put it. They will have to show what is the factual ground on that. Merely this inference is not going to help them to either obviate the will or to set it aside. They will have to show on the face of the will that it is forged or that it has fabricated in some manner, and they would have to then fight their case on the merits of the case. Mere inference may be a preliminary stage for them to seek certain reliefs like disclosure, etc. But it may not really win them.
But the important part is the property belongs to no one now. That's where it stands, Advaita. Because the court has said that give all the details of all his assets. And then the matter will be heard after 3 weeks for consideration of an ad interim injunction, which means the court can put a seal till the matter is settled on who owns the property. So from being a cut and dry paste story, Advaita, 3 weeks back, that Sanjay Kapoor dies and Priya Sachdeva inherits everything, now it becomes a serious matter. Which way do you stand? You were standing very closely with your friend Mandira yesterday. What is your view on Karishma?
Absolutely. I mean, she's the mother of two children who are coming of age, who have every right to their father's assets.
But Priya Sachdeva is saying it to the two children, their stepmother, Priya Sachdeva is saying, what do you want? Is 1,900 crores not enough for you?
I think that's so nasty.
That is what was said in court. Is 1,900 crores not enough for the two children?
It's so nasty to make a statement like that. Her lawyer did that, and I think it's outrageous because it just pigeonholes them into some sort of financial relationship with their father, not an emotional relationship, like it's all about money. That may be the case for the other party, but clearly these are children who've lost their father, the most significant man in their life, and have been having a conversation with him very clearly about this very subject. And that's why they wanted to move into Portuguese citizenship, because of their assets abroad, because of the real estate abroad. And now suddenly a will emerges and they have nothing in it. It's very, very curious. And I think the timeline needs to be looked at very carefully. If you're having this conversation about taxes on inheritance and things of that nature in the end of May, and suddenly a will emerges from March, which is literally 2 months before they're having this conversation on the family WhatsApp group, then what are you trying to imply? Was the father lying to his children, or was something else afoot? And I think this is the case that is slowly coming to light. Because even 3 weeks ago, you were a little skeptical, as everyone should be, and especially a journalist, about whether there was any fact to this. But now that you have two separate parties, one Mrs. Rani Kapoor, second Karisma Kapoor and her children, alleging or wondering about the same things and asking for information. So you deny information to the mother, you deny information to the two children. Why are you not giving them the facts? Is it because you have something to hide? And that's a question that needs to be answered.
Well, I mean, does this raise questions about the circumstances of his death, since we are questioning everything? Does this raise questions about the circumstances of Sanjay Kapoor's death, which has also been questioned by Mandira in the past?
Well, Mandira has said that let us see the post-mortem report, let us get all the facts. There are things that are inexplicable on a legal level and even on an emotional level for his mother, who is still trying to come to terms with the loss of a 53-year-old healthy, active son. So from a humane point of view, you should provide this clarity. Forget the legal point of view. So that, yes, it is all becoming very convoluted and very odd.
It's indeed very odd. The children have alleged that they did not even know about this RK Family Trust holding of all of Sanjay Kapoor's asset till he died. And they were told that the forms related to the trust would need to be signed during an AGM scheduled for July 25th, 2025. And only Priya Sachdeva knew about all this. And Priya Sachdeva has got a full legal team now, Mandira. They are countering the children's claims, countering that Samaira and Kian have already got 1,900 crores, that they should be more than happy with that. The children are saying that they were informed that their attendance in the AGM would no longer be required. So this is becoming very serious here. It puts a cloud over a lot of things. Have you got access to his medical history, the circumstances of his death, the post-mortem?
No, quick question. Why don't we flip it? Why doesn't Priya take the 1,900 and give the rest to the kids, and let's see if she's happy with that? Since she wants to make this about money and everyone's only going on about that, let's flip it. Because it seems to be fine that firstly, this all belongs to my mother. So where Priya's come in and where everyone else is stepping in, the grandkids are to be looked after by my mother. This was all willed to my mother. So how Sanjay Kapoor's estate has become everything and my mother's been thrown on the side, and we're all going on about what Priya's getting and this one's getting. Yes, the grandkids are my mother's responsibility. Priya is acting like he's created all this, which is a bit bizarre. I think everyone needs to look at the facts. We're going on facts. Let's look at the facts then. Where does Priya come in from? Has she creted this?
She's his wife. She's his last wife. She says, I'm his last wife. I have the rights. I was married to him when he died.
My father created all this. My mother's alive. She's still alive. She is the main wife. Last wife means what? She's not created any of this. The woman who's created this is alive. So let's look at the realistic. If you want to go on facts and legal stuff, let's look at the facts. My mother has created this with her husband, is alive, but has nothing to her name. So let's look at facts then, no? It's very easy to say, let's not get emotional, let's not get this. The facts are there. My mother created Sona. Does Priya know how it was created? Does anyone else know how it was created? This family knows. And we're still alive. The grandkids deserve their right that their grandfather has worked for them, has worked to build this for the legacy, for the children, for the grandchildren. And my mother is alive. You have to give them the respect. You cannot have someone come in and take everything and keep asking for facts. The facts are in front of you. Look at where the family is and look at where she is. How is the facts not there?
You're going to have to prove that it was forged. There's a document.
Oh, we will. We will prove everything, Arnab. Listen, I said the last time the truth will come out. Guess what? It's coming out.
You're saying they rushed it because they wanted to control the property in a short period. They wanted to surprise you with lawyers, legal statements, AGMs, meetings and everything very quickly.
Let them surprise. They're the ones who are going to be surprised at the end. Let them go on with surprises. They have put my mother, an old woman, not allowed her to grieve, put her in turmoil. And you know what? At the end, justice will prevail. And I stand by that. You are putting children under this kind of stress. None of these people deserve it. You're going after the weak? Are you serious? You're putting an old woman and young kids into this? For what? How greedy can one person be?
Well, you got
and is everyone blind? Facts are right there.
Have you
We're going
spoken
on
to
about
Karishma? Are you? Some people are suggesting you're coordinating your moves with Karishma.
We don't need to coordinate anything. We're not coordinating. We're a family. We're working. Listen, we are going to work together to make sure this family is secure. And it's not a coordination. It's we're a family. We're working as a family should. This is how families work. Not throw people in the dark and say, now what are you going to do? A family works together and stays together. We have those morals and we are in touch.
When did you speak last to Karishma?
This morning.
What did
or
she
maybe
say?
2 hours ago.
What did she say?
We were talking about what's going on. I think she's in shock. She's disturbed. The kids are upset. Mom's upset. We were all the three of us were talking, Mom, Lulu and me, and it is very upsetting what's going on. And it's literally it's shock that my brother would not do this. We know my brother. The world doesn't. My brother would never do this to the two people he loved more than anything, more than himself. I mean, he went to see Land with Samira. You think he went to see Land with Samira to say, hey, now I'm going to give it to Priya? I mean, come on. Just logic. Let logic speak here. You're going on all this with kids who don't deserve this. None of them deserve this.
Well, viewers, you got the sister of Sanjay Kapoor, first wife, mother and 2 children on one side. And you got Priya Sachdeva on the other. This is going to be one of the most...
Our whole family on one side.
Whole family on one side, but that's also family in a way on the other. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest inheritance battle that is happening is right before our eyes. We are trying to contact Priya Sachdeva. Let's see if she'll speak to Republic. Thank you, Mandira, Advaita and Ms. Napanai for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, as we watch that, days after declaring India a dead economy, directly attacking India, going as far as to say US has lost India, Trump took a near complete U-turn yesterday. Can he be trusted? This is what happened.
They called us names and attempted to browbeat us.
It's a refining profiteering scheme. It's a laundromat for the Kremlin. 25% because they cheat us on trade, 25% because of the Russian oil.
But India's response was measured and firm.
भारत अपने किसानों के, पशुपालकों के और मछुआरे भाई बहनों के हितों के साथ कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। और मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं।
In just over a month, the tone and tenor of President Trump's message towards India has changed.
I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great Prime Minister. India and the United States have a special relationship. There's nothing to worry about.
Once again, India's response has been poised, firm and resolute. While Trump has been uncertain and changing his stance,
They don't do very much business in terms of business with us. They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world. India charges us massive tariffs, massive. You can't even sell anything into India. It's almost restrictive. It is restrictive. You know, we do very little business inside. 250% tariff, which is taking advantage of our farmers. So that's not going to happen anymore. I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great Prime Minister. He's great. I'll always be friends.
India has been consistent and clear.
Prime Minister Modi obviously attaches enormous importance to our partnership with the United States. And where President Trump is concerned, he's always had a very good personal equation with President Trump. But the point is, look, we are engaged, we remain engaged with the United States.
We are negotiating in good faith. There will be occasional disturbances as we go along, but I can assure you the US and India are friends, they are strategic partners. We will meet the long-term aspirations of the people of the US and India through a fair, equitable, and balanced free trade agreement.
With trade talks back, can we say world's largest democracy and fourth largest economy has successfully fact-checked Trump on his dead economy delusions about India?
Let's get three sides of the story. First with Charles Kupchan, who's professor at Georgetown in DC. Saurabh Shukla, chief consulting editor of Republic, and STA Alexander Shajan, who's a grassroots Republican strategist. Dr. Kupchan, what are we to make of this moderation in Trump's tone towards India?
Well, I think what happened is that we are in a world in which the President of the United States expects partners of the United States to do what he says, right? And you had, in the case of Europeans, a readiness to conclude a trade deal that many Europeans didn't like, but they felt that they should do it in the service of preserving a good relationship. Many European leaders flew over with President Zelensky and said nice things to President Trump in the White House, and so the relationship is fine. Modi stood up to Trump. He stood up to Trump over claims that Trump helped end the short war between India and Pakistan. He stood up to Trump on questions of trade, didn't make the trade deal Trump wanted, and Trump got angry. And then Modi went off to Beijing. And I think in the end of the day, what we're seeing here is that both sides are saying maybe we should let cooler heads prevail, because India, it doesn't have a national interest in ending up in the same boat